Hello everyone. Today I will discuss about industry allocation theory of loss or theory of profit maximization. We have already been discussed about the industry allocation theory of Weber or least cost theory of Weber. Let's see industry allocation theory of Losch. Losch was a German economist and he presented his theory of industry allocation or theory of profit maximization in his book Economics of Location in 1940. And it was translated into English in 1954. And Losch also discarded the least cost theory of Weber. And it was also the first attempt to develop a general theory of location to measure emphasis on the demand. After all, what is the objective of his theory? His overall objective was to determine the maximum profit location for an industry. And before present his theory, he also assumes some assumptions. Let's see what are the assumptions of his theory. First assumptions: the area under consideration should be an extensive and homogeneous plain and raw material distributed evenly. And second assumption is the transportation cost is uniform and directly proportional in all the direction. And third assumption is there is no economic discrimination among people. What means the economic opportunities should be available for individuals, and the population distribution is uniform, and the area is self-sufficient in agricultural production. And fifth assumption is the location must satisfy both producers and consumers. Let's see the theory. What is the theory of Losch? According to Losch, in a free economy, the industry should be located there where net profit is greatest. What is the net profit? Net profit is the difference between the sales receipt and the minimum cost. And entrepreneurs work will to find the location where these differences are the greatest. This is the theory. Here you can see the figure. According to his theory, he discarded the transportation cost, labor cost and agglomeration cost of Weber, and his main emphasis on the reduction of price. In this figure you can see that here x-axis denotes the consumption and y-axis denotes the price, and here OR, when price is OR, then the consumption of the commodity is OM. But when, according to this theory, when price reduction would be OP, then consumption will increase ON. What means when the price increases, then consumption decreases, and when consumption increase, then price will decrease. According to this theory, consequently, more consumptions will lead to more profit. And to present this theory, he also gave the concept of demand cone. What is the demand cone? Let's see the demand cone with figure. To get the maximum profit location, he gave the concept of demand cone. Here is the market area in circular shape. Actually, it is the figure in 3-dimensional and you are seeing in 2-dimensional. And this is the center of the market. and center of market P. And x-axis show the price and y-axis show the quantity of commodity Q, or you can denote the Q, quantity. And when any industry will be located in the center of the market, then the consumer will consume these quantity of goods. Here O, P, F. When industry located in the center of the market, then consumer consume more goods. But when this industry located here instead of in the center of market, here are the S point, then the consumption of the commodity will decrease. Then according to demand cone, or this demand cone represents that when distance will be increased or when price will be increased, then consumptions of good will decrease, and it is the concept of demand cone. Demand cone. Who gave the concept of demand cone? Losk gave the concept of demand cone. Then what is the demand cone? When the consumptions of goods decrease with increasing price or distance, then it will be the concept of demand cone, and Losk present this concept of demand cone. And let's see what is the merits of this theory. Here is the merits of this theory. Losk was the first person to consider the influence of the magnitude of demand on industrial location and role of competition as an important determinant of locational analysis. And third merits is the theory also have a philosophical contribution on the motive of entrepreneur's role. And the fourth merits of this theory is the calculation adopted by Losk were simple. And in the world, if any theory present, then there will be a criticism of that theory, and here is the criticism of Losk theory. First criticism is conditions of isotropic, means homogeneous plane, and the raw materials are available everywhere. You can say the condition of isotropic, and uniform transport rates never occur in reality. And second criticism is, according to some critics, this theory is nothing but an intellectual exercise. And third criticism is, he ignored the variation of technological development of different regions, and Losk did not consider the political condition of any place, and it was about the theory of Losk.